Space, the last frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Omicron. Its 2-year mission to explore cool new worlds, to seek out friendly and deadly life, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Captain's Log, Stardate 2266.1. We have found the entrance to this ancient underground bunker. It leads to a huge, multi-level complex. We first entered in and found a seed vault, and then stores of rotten food. We then found a computer room that had exhausted backup generators. During this time, unfortunately, the second in command in engineering messed up our transporter and then messed up trying to repair it. Our transporters are out for the time being. This is bad news, for now we are on the security level, and we seem to have alerted 2 security drones.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Use deadly force. Authorized.
Alright, let's pull out of here as quick as possible. If we don't have to destroy them, let's not.
Copy that, sir. Oh. Out of character, who do we want to have lead the way into the elevator?
Would you make me go again first, Commander?
No,
would you rather cover our retreat?
I need to please you, Tarek.
There's no time for this. Let's move. Everyone out!
Yeah. Astrid Rao, get out. You go first. We're behind you.
Okay, the way the
Astrid
combat
will
works.
move her booty.
The way the combat works, one of you guys is gonna go, and then I go. Then one of you guys go, then I go.
Okay.
So who's gonna go first? Normally the GM can pick who goes first, but I'll let you guys pick.
Astrid, why don't you go first and get out?
Astrid will move to the exit. Pronto.
You got the game pause to make.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can't move.
I can't do that. I can't see anything. I'm blind.
Okay. You can't see? Are you serious? Can you
Serious.
see your? Okay. Let me check your token here.
If I hover around in the dark, I can find my token, but that's about it.
I'll bring you a new token out. Can you see now?
No, I just still see a blank spot where the map should be. And if I hover around, I can find people in the dark.
Have you tried
Am I the only
refreshing your
one?
screen?
Yeah, it says you got vision.
Yeah, try refreshing your screen. That's happened to me once or twice. I can see it clearly right now, but
Okay.
sometimes your browsers act
Okay.
up.
That's good to know. It worked.
Okay, so you're moving into the elevator.
Betcha.
Okay. Okay. So my security drone is going to attack. Since the one at the top is going to attack this guy here, security officer. He's going to use his machine gun.
Machine gun.
Has a damage 4.
Alright, they're using primitive projectile weapons.
Interesting.
Yeah. Primitive, but I suspect effective.
Control plus security. One success. So he takes 4 damage, and he doesn't have. He's a minor NPC, so he can't use stress, right? So he just dies. So bye bye.
Oh.
Yeah, first death.
Struck down.
The first kill.
Does it succeed with just the one success though?
Oh, you're right. It's a ranged. Range is 2. You're right. Thanks for saying that. So he misses. Range is 2 success. Melee
Winged him.
is 1. And so I'm going to use 2 threat to make the other robot go next. And
Oh, to jump position?
Yep.
and so I see Tarek and Dina. I'll do a D6. 1, 2, 3 is Dina. 4, 5, 6 is Tarek. Dina. One success, not enough. Okay, so another one of you can go. Or the rest of you can go, actually.
I go since I was attacked.
Yeah, go for it.
I would like Dina to attempt to use daring and security. And instead of making a ranged attack, which I would assume is harder, she wants to do like a somersault forward roll to get right up close to this guy's circuitry and try and using her, let's see if she's got any focus here. She has a really good unarmed attack, phaser 2. Unarmed. I'm sorry. No. Okay, yeah. So she's going to just do that. She's going to do a roll, and if that improves her positioning in her dice pool, and she's going to use daring, which is the same as her control, and security, and she's going to use her phaser type 2 she's carrying. Okay. Any objections, anybody?
No?
And I'm going to spend some momentum since I kind of missed you guys last week. I want 2 extra dice, so I'm going to spend 3 momentum to get those 4 dice. And here they come. 2 successes.
That'll work.
And that was close combat, right?
And
So you moved up. Did you move up to it?
Yeah, I rolled. I did that roll So that's why I used daring. I did the roll and shoot, like right up close into his groin. His electronic groin gonads.
Okay. So I didn't know
His
you
data bank.
you wanted to go up into melee range and do this. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I thought that's why I said that if it would improve my, uh, my lower the amount of successes I need, rather being range combat, like coming up, doing a roll, and shooting him in his exposed genital area.
Well, if you want to shoot in melee range, it's an extra difficulty, right? But it doesn't matter. You'd still hit. So your phaser does 2 damage.
4 actually, it says.
4.
That's what it says on the sheet.
Okay, so now
The sheet he gave me.
so you're shooting to kill, or shooting to stun. Shooting to kill.
They're shooting machine gun weapons at us. I'm shooting to kill it.
Okay, so it gives me threat. So you get 4 damage off the thing. It doesn't have any protection, I don't think. Oh, it does. It's got armor on there. 1 resist. So it takes 3 damage. Okay. Next. Who wants to go next?
If no one else will, I'll have a go. I will. I'm going to move just a little bit to make sure there's a clear path to the elevator. And I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to use my phaser. I suppose there's really only going to be sort of stun or kill, but I set to stun, aiming at the one at the top because I've got a clearer shot, less likely to, or figuring to be less likely to hit one of the other away team members.
Can you stun a robot?
Well, I'm going to attempt something that's going to be that's probably going to make it a little more difficult. In that I'm going to attempt to aim specifically for the machine gun itself. I'm figuring that that's kind of like calling for for a specific system on like ship combat, which ups the difficulty by 1. But before I do that, I'm going to take the minor action to aim, which will let me re-roll up to 2 dice. And and I'm also going to make use of I'm going to use my determination. I'm going to use it pretty quickly here. I'm using the value crew comes first. And I'm going to spend 1 momentum on an extra die. So it'll be, let's see, control security. And I don't have a focus that'll work, unfortunately. That. There we go. Alright, so 1 dice. So I'm rolling 3. Using determination, we'll take 1 of those as rolling a natural 1. Control security, here we go.
Four.
4 successes.
So you
I
gain
figured
3 momentum and 4 damage. It does.
Let me double check. Yes, 4 damage.
Okay, so it resist 1.
It would be. So the normal roll would be for 2 successes, and I did say I was trying to aim specifically for the machine gun, hoping to take it out, make it not work. I don't know, maybe. So I don't know if that means we only get if that would have made it difficulty 3 instead of difficulty 2.
Well, okay. No, I'll say difficulty 3. Yeah, okay, that's a good reasoning for that. So okay, you knock the gun out of or you destroy its gun, and you still do the damage to it, and you gain 1 momentum.
Yep. And because I used my determination, I'll roll a d20 to see if I get that back. I do not.
Okay. Tarek.
Okay.
So a mechanical question. Well, actually, I'll save that for later. Given that we've inadvertently piled up quite a bit of momentum at the moment, because didn't we add 3 back?
No, we got 1 back.
Yeah, so we're on two momentum now.
I thought you said that because he had the 4 successes, we got 3 back.
We made it a difficulty 3 to hit his gun. He wanted to aim right at his gun.
Oh, okay. As I was. Is it possible to add a dice using both threat and momentum?
Yeah.
I'd like to use one of each to add a dice. I'm going to attempt the same disable the gun trick on Deanna's droid. Sorry, robot. I have a focus of hand phasers, which so if I understand this correctly, this is going to be control security.
Yep.
Okay, so it's control security. I'm adding 2 dice. I am using a focus. What is a dedicated focus?
You probably have a special talent that told you about that. I don't think any of us have that.
Okay. Just wanted to ask first, but I do have a focus.
A focus has to be relevant, and then if you get
hand phasers,
your focus is hand phasers. So
yes,
if you get,
I think that's relevant here.
If you roll under, I think it has an option when you roll that it automatically does it for you. But if you roll under your disciplines, whatever that is, so for this it's going to be a security, then you get an extra dice success.
Okay. And he is going to use his determination / value of sometimes you have to shoot first and ask questions later.
Even for a Vulcan?
Remember where he grew up.
Remember how the Vulcans were in an Enterprise.
That too.
Also, it did say sometimes, not always. So.
Yeah.
So that adds 2 dice, 1 for 1 threat, 1 for 1 the other thing. Momentum.
The focus doesn't give you an extra dice. Just so you know.
Say again?
Focus doesn't give you an extra dice.
I know.
You
but
get
one
momentum and threat.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it does have an option just that you check the box using focus, and it'll do it for you.
Yep, so I've added using focus and using determination value, and I've added the 2 dice, 1 from each side, and rolling.
You're giving me threat, okay.
Yep, I gave you 1 threat. And I get to re-roll the one of the dice, the 18. How do I roll a single die?
in the
But
chat box.
basically,
Say again?
do the exact same thing you did before, except just roll, go to hit perform task using focus, but just
Okay, and just roll
change.
one die.
Yeah.
Or
Alright.
just use the. Yeah. So
6
So you-
successes.
6 successes. So you gain 5 momentum. Or no, it's difficulty 2, so you gain 4 momentum.
Well, he said he was aiming at the machine gun too, so it'd be the difficulty 3 one again.
Okay. Okay, so 3 momentum, and you knocked the gun out of that one. Now it's Jancic or Renix.
So there's no reason for us to fight these. Pull back and let's leave this area. And I am going to pull back with them after telling them that. But I do want to take a phaser shot at the one that's over here by the security officer. If I can disable it, so. But I'm just gonna take a shot at it.
Remember, everybody, you get
What is
one
it,
minor action, one major action. Minor action
So
is
would a minor action be stepping back towards the elevator?
movement is a minor action. You move one zone.
Yep. So Tarek is going to move. Sorry, let me just put. He's going to step back, but I want to make a point that other than Deanna, who went running up to the to the robot, he's letting everybody else clear out behind him. So he is intentionally letting himself remain in the line of fire if they were to keep shooting.
Yeah, they probably have other weapons, or may just club you. So I'm gonna try to shoot to try and disable at least this one over here.
Okay.
That's at Deanna. So what is that? Control security.
Yes.
And that's 2 successes.
And you shoot it. And were you doing the kill or stun?
Well, I don't think I can stun a robot, so I would be putting on the highest setting to try and disable it.
Sure, you could probably short it out. You know, can come back.
I'm going 4 damage. No, I'm going to shoot it with the.
You're gonna kill it? Okay. You
Yeah.
shoot it and it melts, just disintegrates into nothing. And I gain a threat. Even artificial life's worth is just as good as
I don't think that
biological
counts as
life.
I don't think that counts as life. I think that counts as a machine.
To be fair, we don't know yet.
What about Data,
Yeah,
right?
right?
You
We
know.
don't. That's true. It could be.
Data had those problems.
But I'm
up
pretty-
until
but-
we wanted
oh,
it, could have
oh,
been
but you're
living
right.
its best life.
Data had those problems, and that's like 100 years in the future. So back then,
Yeah.
robots probably they don't care about.
Yeah, robots
yeah.
are robots.
So I'll take off 2 threat. Say you can kill them, no problem.
We're slightly outside of the Federation's jurisdiction.
Yeah,
just
it
to
didn't.
provide-
No.
It also couldn't logic. It ran on base programming too. We tried to reason with it, and there was no reasoning capability on its part.
Yes, and an intelligent machine would probably have attempted to engage with us more before immediately resorting to shooting. So it's probably running on base programming.
You know, I think it'd be worthwhile with the functioning droid to try and backtrack its electronics to whatever seems to be controlling it in this powerless base, because obviously these
The base is not powerless. There was
There was a power surge from way down deep somewhere, and it powered everything, and all the lights came on.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so-
we
All right,
saw a yeah.
After you,
But still, we could backtrack its command code to figure out, what just drove it to attack us, if that's worthwhile.
Potentially, yeah.
you hear a crackle.
So we got one less security officer, right?
No, he was not killed
He's alive.
because,
Yeah,
because
he's
it
alive.
only had one success. That was
No,
just
I
a
mean
miss.
he hasn't gone yet, has he? Only one of the security officers. Well, only Deanna has gone. The other security officer hasn't attacked or anything, right?
No.
Yeah, the NPC that was initially shot.
But
and then wasn't
anyways,
shot.
as you destroyed that one security drone, you hear the intercom crackle and come to life. And you hear a cold, layered voice that speaks. Like dozens of people are talking simultaneously. Apologies. Our drones, they don't always obey. They have a mind of their own. Our creations. Please come to the medical bay and we'll treat all your injuries if you've been hurt.
Oh, that sounds like an invitation. Let us go meet our new friends.
The voices separate and they begin shouting over each other. The shouts turn to screams and laughter.
Oh.
Sure. Well,
Deanna's gonna go shut off this drone over here. She's gonna go over. If he's not fighting and is stunned or whatever, she's just gonna turn the switch off.
I don't think we ever said he wasn't fighting.
The drones
Yeah.
seem to be deactivated now.
Oh, okay.
Whoever was on the intercom seemed to have deactivated the other droid.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do a little mechanical to make sure it can't be self-activated again.
Okay, I'll allow you guaranteed success at that.
I'm guessing you're just pulling some wires so that it can't.
Yeah, I'm just taking the distributor points off.
Okay. All right, let's go see what's in the medical bay.
I do not disagree, but may I remind you that as we have no evidence that this civilization has made prior contact to extraterrestrial life from their perspective, the Prime Directive does place us in an awkward situation.
I believe we're talking to an artificial life form, or there are several theories that come to mind as these people realized their planet could not be saved, that they uploaded their consciousness into this computer. That could be one thing. There seem to be a lot of people
We've already been observed as alien species. The group of us is a literal motley crew. So so the prime directive is shot. All right.
Also, question for the GM. Now that we've seen these robots, does it seem like the initial destruction damage to like the Vidians up in the top level, that when we first beamed down here, does it seem like that could have been the result of these robots going through and dealing with the Vidians there? Now that we've seen their capabilities, does it seem like they could have been what caused the injuries and killing upstairs?
Well, give me maybe an insight or reason. Or reason and engineering, because you're looking for a physical damage, right? So reason, reason engineering.
And the difficulty for this?
2.
Can I assist him since we were talking about it?
Sure.
We were talking about the thing.
And in this context, would either focus in reverse engineering or survival apply?
Focus in survival? No. And what's the other one? Engineering, you said?
Reverse engineering.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
Okay.
I would say.
In that case, yeah, I'll just roll the 2 dice.
And I'll roll 1 on top of it. There you go. 3 successes.
Okay, yeah. You would say that, yes, the security drones were up there.
So you can assume
so
that they probably broke in and the security drones went and took care of the problem and have returned back.
That certainly seems likely. It would also mean that we're not the first extraterrestrial, well, extra-planetary species that they've encountered. Prime Directive would still have some limitations on what we can do, but from their perspective, we're not their first contact, so we're a little more room to maneuver.
There's a little more flexibility, and there does not appear to be a society currently here.
Yeah.
Let us go explore. We have nothing else we can do at the moment, thanks to Lieutenant Rhodes. So let's go. Let's go to the elevator. And is there a place that's marked Medbay on the elevator?
Yeah, it's down 2 levels.
Okay. Stop it. La 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 la.
Yeah.
La 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 la. There we go. Let's see, there's a door here. Is it open?
No. So you step into this small reception area. A map on the wall marks your location in relation to the other floors. And you see this map of this area here. There's a first aid center. There's a dental facility and a surgical center. And a doctor's office here. You hear feedback again from the intercom.
Out of character, was that intended to be inaudible?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was making sure that was intended to be inaudible.
He sounded so disappointed. Yeah. Should we have phasers at the ready?
I believe that would be advisable.
Phaser is out.
Oh. You said that there's like a dentistry thing here and such. Can we tell anything about this species from the way that these chairs are and stuff are ergonomically made? Do they appear to be like basic humanoid, bipedal, and sort of creatures?
Yes. It's like everything in Star Trek. It seems like most life seems to have evolved bipedal. Intelligent life, anyway.
Major Terror,
Yeah, most life is
Commander
evolved as bipedal with rubber foreheads.
Commander Tarek,
Yes.
are you concerned of leaving our six exposed as we continue forward? Is there some way we could close this chamber to seal um, this descent? Or I can remain
I
here?
Tarek thinks for a brief moment. I believe
Eric,
that
why
if,
don't you leave? Why don't you have Deanna come with us and leave the other security officer to guard the elevator?
I concur. He turns to the security officer. Make sure the elevator door doesn't close. That should prevent any unwanted company. He's basically assuming that if it has any sort of normal security protocols, the elevator door being stuck open will prevent the elevator from moving.
Okay.
Well, let's proceed forward and see if we see anything of interest here.
So
Hit
down
that
the hall.
Omega. So the other Vulcan is staying in the elevator entranceway and holding the elevator.
Right.
Do you want the other guy to? Okay, the no name
Yeah.
guy. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
that would be.
And I guess we'll go down
I
the
didn't want
hall.
to leave. I didn't want to leave Bob there, so.
Okay, so
Thank you, Captain.
you can open these doors if you'd like. Any door you want.
Okay. So I'll just I guess we'll open the first door and, do a room clearing exercise. What do I see in here? Just a normal med bay.
Yeah, this is a surgery room with the tools, and they're primitive, but you could use these to heal any wounds if you had any, which you don't.
Are we talking about primitive as in 20th century Earth?
Yeah,
Yes.
20th, early 21st century, which to us is primitive. I guess.
Is there anything in here that we don't recognize as something like this spear back here? And are these computers working that we could look at any of the records?
You could try. The computers aren't working. There's no power in anything. But there's a lot of surgical tools.
Then it goes in, and I don't know if anyone notices, but she takes a scalpel pouch. It's a small little cotton, I would think, or canvas, little pouch that rolls up on itself and contains a set of 5 nice scalpels,
Well, it's also
different
got
sized blades.
it's also got scissors in there, tweezers.
Be like the Farius in the first Walking Dead. I want to take every pen and pencil as a weapon.
So having checked that, I guess we'll open the next room here.
Okay.
Same exercise with Tarek leading the way.
You open the room and you see it's more like a dentistry where they operate on the mouth, and it's little robots in there, and his head was down.
Hello, Tarek says to the robot.
It does not speak, but slowly rolls over to you.
Tarek maintains eye contact, waiting for it to address him. Since he addressed it and didn't respond, he doesn't know if it's not a non-verbal robot or not.
Is
little arm.
this the same sort of room as the other one?
It's similar, but it's mainly for operating on the mouth.
Sir, Deanna says, I believe I have a cavity.
Well, let's see if this robot seems to think you have a cavity.
Does he respond
appears to be
after I
coming
tell
in.
him that? I'm here for my appointment.
He does not speak. He's got no mouth. But he grabs Tarek's leg and pulls on his pants. And then he proceeds to go out the door. And he turns around, looks at you. And he taps his leg.
Get back here.
He seems to be leading you.
These
somewhere.
are extended.
Oh, let's see
Captain.
where he takes us.
As long as I'm not getting pulled too far from the party, Tarek is going to let the robot lead the way.
I'll follow right behind you, Commander.
Yep.
I'll stay in communication with Tonk.
Don't worry, we're right here with you. I think you can handle yourself.
He leads you to the doctor's office. He goes into the corner and he taps a little plate on the floor. And the bookshelf moves to the right. And in behind it is an elevator.
Oh, this might be where we need to go.
Tarek nods. Is there any obvious control to the elevator?
Yeah, a control, you look inside and it seems to lead to one level. The secret access elevator.
Oh,
with just one
this
stop.
Seems to be what this seems to be what we've been looking for, gentlemen. Since we wanted to explore, shall we?
Should we leave Tonk at the other elevator entrance, sir?
I think that would be unwise just due to the risk of him being isolated.
I'll communicate for him to join us.
That's asking to come back and find either a body or a pile of clothes left behind.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing for it's one thing for him to be holding the elevator in place while they're walking around here, another to So
Leaving here.
Commander Tarek, I'm glad you have your team's best interest always at your top of your priorities. Thank you, sir. Glad to be part of your team.
Yeah, you lose sight of a red shirt, they're dead. So.
Exactly.
yeah. So, all right. I guess we take the elevator.
Tarek, call into the ship before we leave and do your report. See if we can still get in contact with them.
Very good. So, Tarek will call up to the ship. Do we still have contact?
Yes, you can contact the ship.
All right. And Tarek is going to give us a situation report. And ask for an update on the transporter.
On the transporter. Okay, so yeah, we're due like
A roll.
a roll on that. Eh?
Lieutenant Rhodes.
Transporter fix. Okay, where are we at? We got none of it yet. Okay,
Are
so
you working on any projects up there that you be rolling for?
who are you contacting? You're Road? Is who you're contacting?
Lieutenant Rhodes. Yeah.
I figured there will be two calls. One would be to talk to, giving him an update on everything they found, and then transferring to Lieutenant Rhodes for an update on the transporter fix.
Okay.
Isn't Commander Tallis in charge of Lieutenant Rhodes?
Yeah.
Yes, he is, but he's calling in just for an update from him.
Yeah.
So, well, Rhodes is a she, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
So, she answers the intercom. Still not done, sir. Still working very hard. There's
Has there
sparks
been
everywhere.
any
There's a
progress?
lot of damage. Well, I'll give you a report in just a minute. You can roll there, AJ. You can roll for roads. See if you get progress on it.
Okay.
Can't wait
Rolling
to see
with
how this goes.
It's difficulty 2, resistance 1. What's your engineering?
My engineering is 5.
Well,
and
hers
my
would be.
control is 7, so, yeah.
So I'd give her like she's an engineer. Give her like 3 or 4.
Right. Yes, I can just do it this way. Actually,
Give her a 4 because we'll make her like second in engineering. Give her 4 engineering.
At least give us a shot at getting this fixed eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to throw a momentum in here, just given how much trouble we've been having.
True.
I don't.
Get back.
I don't think she can use momentum though, can she?
She's an NPC.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an
Yeah,
NPC.
Yeah.
She's still an NPC doing our work. So it's still like our momentum's for our benefit. So I
It's
can't
like a
think of any.
secondary character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the rule on that.
I'd give it to you because I wouldn't mind you using your momentum. Get rid of it. I want to see it.
And would it be fair to say that she'd have a focus in repairs or something that would be useful, or we're
No,
not going that
no,
far yet?
No.
Fair enough.
Till you make her.
all right,
She's
so-
just bare bones.
Alright, we'll use a momentum. Or it gives you a die. Jiggle the stats to line up, and
Ooh, complication. You can't get this transporter fixed.
God.
It was on 20 seconds.
Wow.
Oh. So you got one
That is-
success.
What's that? 4 complications? 4 complications in a row?
Something like that.
the extra frustrating part is if there was a focus, that would have counted for 2 successes.
If that was a what?
If there was a focus, the 4 would have counted for 2 successes.
Well, so your impact would be 3. So you got 1, 2, 3. And the complication, I'm just going to say takes off 1d4 plus 1. Or no, 1d3. We'll just say 1d3. You got 3, and
It somehow rolls a 10.
and your complication might take it off. But you got a chance it might not. Okay?
Yeah, not with the way the dice have been going so far.
Yeah, no. Yeah, she's like, yeah, she's soldering. You could hear her. She's soldering. I think I got it, sir. Yes, I got it. It should be ready. Oh, wait. You hear explosion in the background. Derek, you bastard. What'd you do? And you hear her leave the intercom for a moment. She goes and starts bickering. And she comes back to the comm a few minutes later. Oh, sorry. We just blew the overloaded resistor.
All right, I need you. I need you to isolate all of the individual components. Isolate the annular confinement beam. Isolate the pattern buffers. isolate the Heisenberg compensators. If you're trying to do it all at once, this is what's going to happen. You need to treat them one at a time and get them working one at a time. Do you understand?
I think, yes, you said the Heisenberg generators, the multiphasic Nadion magnetics. Yes.
I'm concerned
first,
you said Heisenberg generators when I had just said Heisenberg compensators.
Oh, the compensators.
But I'm going to put that down to the pressure of the situation.
Okay. First, I'm going to take the coupling field, and then interphase the inertia injector, and then reset the phase gravimetrics. Okay. That should do it. I'll get back to you. Okay? I'm getting back to work. I'll try to get it.
Lyco's dead.
I would just like to note that on this episode, there is a hilarious B plot playing out on the ship that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
Alice. It's like Jake
Alice,
and
we're
Noel.
we're not going back to the ship anytime soon, are we?
No. It all started because of Beauregard's character is afraid of transporters, and then we just got complications after complications with the transporter rolls.
No, because that's
how they get you
perfectly. That
Yeah,
role
I'm
worked
sitting there telling
perfectly
him.
with everything after that.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting there
Yeah.
telling him the whole time, oh, there's nothing wrong. Transporters are completely safe. And then everything after that has proved that wrong.
Yes. I suspect that if pressed on the matter, Tarek would note that while believing in jinxes is utterly illogical under the circumstances, he might be prepared to concede the point.
I don't think there are any telepaths or empaths in the party, but I'm going to say it anyway. Talus is seriously trying to work out in her head how feasible it is to build a transporter out of 20th century tech that's down here to get herself up to the ship and fix the problem properly. She knows it's almost impossible to do that, but that is she's seriously going through in her head how
we do have that power generator still. We should have a power source that's powerful enough to teleport one person if we find enough parts.
Didn't you leave that in the other room?
It's in the computer room, but it was small. Did you bring it with you, Talus?
I think it's also. I think that's ultimately a backup option if everything else keeps failing like this.
I think it's more likely that she'd build a shuttle and actually fly up to the ship. But yeah, she's like.
In the amount of time it's taking her to fix this, you probably could build a shuttle.
Yeah, no one in the party needs empathic skills to work out to gauge the level of sheer frustration that Talus is feeling at the moment. So
Okay, so as you communicate with your assistant there, the droid guides you. With a jerk, the lift moves down to level 5. The drone peeks its head into the hall and wobbles out cautiously. Its little mechanical arms wave at you to wait while it inspects the long hallway that leads to this big cavernous chamber. Seemingly satisfied.
Everyone has their phasers ready. There's something wrong here.
Yep.
Seemingly satisfied, it leads you into a small side room.
What do we see in the room?
Drone plugs into the console and a monitor sparks to life on the wall. You see letters painstakingly appear one by one on the screen. It says, "We are monsters. You must destroy us, please." Two images flash on the screen in rapid succession. They seem that a young boy stands in a long, gravy hallway. His shaggy black hair sticks out in all directions. His ragged clothes hang from his skinny frame. He glances towards the camera, fear on his face, as if he is about to be caught. The image changes to the missing outpost personnel strapped into surgical chairs in what appears to be this level's main room. And the screen then goes dark. The drone shakes from side to side, as if warning, before the drone shuts down.
What is happening?
I think whatever is happening already happened. And we should proceed with a lot of caution.
We need to look at this code is what we need to do. Engineer?
Yep. Carrick actually nods in concurring on the needing to look at the code.
I'm just like nodding towards him.
Yeah, I will see what I can get out of this computer.
Yeah, let's
Seems
bring
like
our other
the
red
couple-
shirt in. Bring our other red shirt in so he's not bait to get shot out there.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like someone may have infected the droid code with some self-loathing, or and they, from what we just heard, this poor little robot considers himself a monster. No one should feel that way about themselves, she says. No one should be made to feel less than.
That's
Eric.
true, but I'm afraid that what I was thinking previously may be true. I think these people may have uploaded their consciousness into machines. There are no people
regret
here,
your
and
choice,
this
Captain?
civilization's been gone.
And now regret their choice and consider themselves monsters?
I think maybe that time may have passed long enough that they may no longer be sane.
Yeah,
Bring us here to just pull the plug? Are we supposed to shut this place down? With us down here in it?
I will take counsel on this, but I do not want to do that only as a last resort. Only as a last resort.
I'm pretty confident that anything that's been requested of us, whether we've interpreted the request correctly or not, I'm pretty confident that it's not a unanimous choice. That message that we heard upstairs about the robots not always following instructions, and the voices, that some that were screaming and some that were laughing, I'm not, whatever's going
call
on,
for help.
they're not all on the same page with each other.
And the
maybe
initial call of the help that called us all into these catacombs. You need to look at this code, Commander Tallis.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just because we've got a request from someone to help them with ending their personal suffering, assuming that's what it is, it may not be the case for everyone involved, and there might
We haven't heard that. We haven't heard any clarity in what's requested.
Yes, I think we should examine the code to see if something has been corrupted in the code.
Yeah, why don't you take a look at it? Take a look at it. We'll we have nothing but time at the moment. So I think this is a fairly safe place right here.
At the comment of nothing but time, you see Talus reach to like the small of her back and just seemingly like sort of pat something there, sort of reassuring that herself that it's there. Takes a breath and continues.
Commander, are you all right?
When I have a chance to reassess the structure of the engineering department, I definitely will be.
Understood.
Until then, I'm limited in how I can address that situation.
And Commander Fowles gets a polite nod of understanding.
All right, I will, take a look at this computer and see if we can get any useful code or access to a database, or see what we can get out of it.
Yeah. And by the way, one thing I wanted to ask out of character very briefly, just for clarification on the video. So it was the Vidians who were strapped into those chairs.
Up in the base, right? Yes.
When you were saying
On the video we just showed
the missing outpost personnel.
No, not on the video. They're a different kind of creature.
It was this species. Was the little boy the same type of species?
Yes.
Okay. I was just simply seeking clarification to make sure what I was seeing.
Yeah, different alien species that looks similar to humans. Very close.
Commander Tarek, I'm feeling we may need to reconnoiter this lower environment we just entered. We're all trapped in a bit of a cage here, sir.
I would be happy to step out while Commander Talus analyzes the code.
Do you want to take and do a security sweep?
Yeah, we'll do a security sweep here. So first we'll sweep the room. What do we see out here?
Okay, so you go into this room. I'll zoom out here. You see this enormous server tower in the center of the room. Patterns of light blink across its polished black surface. In front of it, you see the missing outpost personnel. The Vidians.
Okay.
They're dead and strapped into surgical chairs. Their skulls have been opened and implanted with electrode arrays, all feeding into the server. Multi-armed surgical robots attached to each chair lie dormant. A humanoid robotic doctor, synthetic skin covering only the front of its metallic cranium, examines the bodies. One of its arms hangs useless to its side. The robot ignores your presence. A web of cables fan out behind the server, connecting the tower to a row upon row of human-sized pods, more than 100 in all.
Something tells me these aren't med bays.
Something tells me we're not in Kansas anymore.
So Tarek looks over the situation, takes a deep breath, and sighs. I suspect the Vidians may have attempted to upload themselves to the system as a way out of their predicament.
Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the sea.
I also suspect that one or more of them, he pauses thinking, given what was going on upstairs, may have been expressing remorse for what they have been doing. Tarek wanders back. Would you accompany me in checking this door?
Are these little blue things on the floor anything different that we didn't pick out? Omega? Where I'm at?
Yeah, the green bubbles, basically.
No, the white, the blue shard like crystals. Those are
No,
the pod green things.
no,
Okay.
that was just me not coloring in the map properly, the floor, so the
Alright.
background's shining through.
Yeah, I think we just didn't want to assume that it wasn't something different. That's all.
Being cautious.
So what do we see in here?
Well, basically what I just said. Those pods are all pods of
No,
that held people.
in the second room.
That's
the side room.
locked. That's locked.
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
Did you go in? Well, that's okay. That's okay. It's basically locked, so you can't. I'm not telling you what's in there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so having gone around here, and I presume that there's nothing else, no obvious doors or anything around the edges of the chamber down here.
Well, you could use your tricorder, if you'd like.
Might as well.
You could try scanning the server or the bodies.
Let's scan the bodies first.
Okay, that would be a reason plus medicine task, difficulty 2.
I am not the person to make this. Well, okay, I'd have 12, but I am probably not the person to make this roll.
Reason in what again?
Medicine.
Medicine. I don't have anything in medicine.
We're the only two out here, so I don't think we have a choice. And I'm worse off than you.
Okay. So I'm going to perform task. Let me just see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't have anything that would work for your focus wise. So I'm just gonna roll the dice, accepting there's a good chance that I'm not gonna find anything.
No. Difficulty
No.
2.
Yeah.
Gotta be 2.
You could try the server. The computer server.
Well,
This thing right here.
in all
in the
fair-
center.
That's
Could
a
you
reason
assist-
science.
Could you assist me on that roll?
Reason science.
No, on the prior roll, the reason medicine.
No.
Welcome, my son.
On that pre-roll.
Welcome to the machine.
So we're gonna examine this big round thing here in the chamber.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That's a reason science.
Yeah.
I think that's what I chose. Yes, correct. That's what I chose. Okay, here we go.
It's difficulty 2.
And can I assist?
Yep. Go ahead.
So that would be just one die, right?
Yeah.
So that's one dice.
Thanks.
And I get 2 successes.
Okay. This is a quantum computer. If you want, that's basically all I'm giving you. It's a quantum computer.
Oh,
If you want,
yay!
there's
We
three more.
figured it out.
There's three more things you can get. You see in your tricorder, but there's one momentum for each one. You want to spend it or what?
Spend it.
Oh, but we already knew all the computers in here were quantum computers.
Oh, but this one's
We are-
quantum computer.
You didn't know for sure. You had to scan
Figured that
it.
out already.
It's Quantum
But
X.
But that's also the nature of quantum computers. You don't know that it's a quantum computer
No.
until you observe it.
That's what, Schrodinger's computer.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it runs on it runs with Schrodinger's data set.
And because none of us are Cation or other cat-like species, we don't have any sort of benefits around it. So.
Okay. So you want
I
to
would
spend
say
it?
burn some momentum. We're good.
Yeah.
Find out the information.
Do it.
Okay, burn
Burn it.
3 momentum. The server tower houses a vast consciousness. The implants in the outpost personnel are mind transference devices. The server holds the source of the faint energy reading detected earlier. It has its own self-perpetuating power source, which is failing.
How many gig is on this server?
It's got a Google Drive.
Yeah, we can just pull it out.
It's
See,
got
we need to find a cloning
10,
nation.
10,
and
10
then-
with 100 zeros.
Yeah.
I've got to be able to use this
A
to our
Google.
advantage. Is there any way we can siphon this power to our benefit to get us out of here? Maybe
We could maybe
power
use this
something else?
amount of listen, our problem with the board could be solved by this data set. We can overload the board mentality with the the trials, tribulations, paranoias, psychoses of a Google data set of individuals that, if you consider the even the limited human mind, if this mind's even slightly bigger than the bare Earth mind, that that Google set of n numbers multiplies a millionfold when the capabilities of the circuitry of the brain can go. It could be our definitive weapon against the Borg. I gotta talk to Hawk too. He would know about this. Me and Hawk 2 been hanging out.
It's almost like you're the same person.
No, we've been hanging out in the sauna a bit. He's a very feral porcine fellow. He said he wasn't making any headway with the blue commander, he called her.
Well, this is the information we found. And just quickly explain what just happened, what we discovered over the past few moments.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense from what I had surmised earlier.
There's bodies out there too. Grizzly, horrible. Look at.
Bodies of the natives of this world?
Possibly.
No, the Vidians, I believe. Yeah,
Oh.
it did look like the Vidians, right?
The ones in the chair are
those-
Vidians, yeah. The Vidians. The ones
Yeah.
in the
They're
chairs.
not
Yeah.
viable, right? They're dead.
They're dead, yes.
So I guess
should-
the security drones went and got them and brought them
I should
down
have probably
here?
put them in there.
What have you found out up here?
I don't know. Let's make some rolls.
Did we get all the info from our momentum?
Yeah, did you
Really
take
do
out
think
3?
that-
You didn't take out 3, did you? No? I'll do it.
No. Did we get all the data?
Well, you could have analyzed the pods still, You didn't do a successful roll on the bodies out there, but you still could analyze the pods.
I think what we got to do is figure out how we can grab this data and not worry about the pods, the bodies, or anything else.
I don't know if we want to take this data. This is the collective memories of an entire world, or at least the people that were in here. And from what it seems, they have gone insane.
If I may, it appears that there may, in fact, be at least two sets of memories: the natives and the Vidians.
Right.
It all appears to be combined into a single consciousness.
Also, I do want to ask: would we have the capability to store this this data set back on the ship?
Well, that's what I asked originally, essentially.
Well,
But Commander, Captain, doesn't the Prime Directive say that we need to safeguard these inferior species, and this inferior species, whether it's be from the Tradidians or whatever coming down, or the failure of their own system, do we just let it perish here then? Is that the Prime Directive's call to let it flounder and falter and fall away into nothingness?
If we follow the Prime Directive, yes, it absolutely is. We are not to interfere in what happens in species.
They have been interfered with already by the Tradiferans, or whatever they're called. Vidians, sorry.
Yeah.
But we have to take counsel from one of their own that said they had become monsters. I think they have lost their sanity from being in this containment for so long. I think much more research needs to be done. Let's let the engineer do some check into these files a little. Check the code if you would.
I think we need to read some Plato and Socrates.
There's more. There's more to. I've read all of Plato and Socrates. It's actually a very good reading.
You also mentioned the power system was failing. There was issues with the power system that could potentially, depending on the specifics of how all of this is set up, could be the cause of this psychotic break, whatever you want to call it, for the data that's in there. There's the potential that something has interfered with the power source, and that clearing that issue might then
we may be able to even provide one. Even the simple generator we brought with us is far more advanced than anything that's here.
Yes, I concur with Commander Tallis. The chance that the consciousness might have been damaged by intermittent power cuts, it might resemble a stroke in many species.
Yeah, like a power fluctuation.
And if there's any indication that the power supply issue has been a result of any sort
outside
of
interference,
Prime Directive gets a lot more murky about
it would be our
that or not.
Yes, if
the
system simply failed on its
duty to at least help them to back where they were.
Let Prime Directive be our only directive. Remember, Socrates authored no text. So I would like to see what you read, sir.
There's certainly nothing in the Prime Directive that stops us from working out what the situation is.
Right. Or helping them if they can be put back to where they were. Because this is a unique situation where us having warp capability and them having warp capability does not really matter.
All right.
Alice, you want to check out the code in here, and then maybe you can go check out some of this out here. We can do a more thorough investigation. I know that they wanted to come back and tell us this information.
So I'm going to try and see what I can get from the computers in here. and go from there.
Okay, so give me a daring engineering.
Daring engineering. Okay. Difficulty.
Difficulty 3.
Okay. In that
And-
case,
And there's a complication range of 4 too. So that means 16 or higher is a complication.
Yep. Okay. That means that what I was going to say is even more important to say. In that case, I'm going to.
Basically, right now you're trying to bypass the lockout. That's keeping you out.
Yep. So I'm going to use the 1 momentum that we have left for an extra die. I'm also going to spend or give you 1 threat for an extra die. Because that will let me re-roll.
Reroll a die.
Re-roll 1 die. And yeah, so.
And you can have one person assist you, right?
Potentially, yeah. If someone wants to.
What was the roll? Oh, right, it's daring. No, never mind.
Daring engineering.
Daring engineering. I have a 12 with daring engineering. Anyone else have better?
No, I've only got a 10.
Daring and engineering. 12.
And since a lot of have daring don't.
I'm happy
Okay,
to roll
well,
it. Just
Astrid,
give me
you
the
haven't
order.
got to make a roll. You haven't got to make a roll this game, so why don't you roll daring engineering as an assist? Just roll 1 die.
So is it just either or of if I'm only rolling 1 die?
Now you
It's just
check
1
I'm
die.
just ro-
He's making the roll, and you roll 1 die.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you check them both. I'm sorry.
3 complications.
Wait.
Even if you roll that.
I can re-roll 1 of them, which I will.
Yeah. Shocking.
Fucking engineering department sucks.
Yes. Need Scotty.
They have some complication problems without a doubt. Okay, so that
Nice.
Oh, Astrid, you roll a d20.
Yes,
Oh, it was a D6. I thought it was a D6. Haha.
No,
No, you
no.
rolled a d20 on your. That's a 12.
No,
That's a 12.
Just hit a normal roll. Just hit a normal roll, and then the thing's going to come up, and then you can just select 1 dice.
There you go.
Yeah, but that is a success.
Let's take a tour of all the dice.
We don't know if that's a success or not. You got it.
You said you needed a 12.
He had 12.
Oh, 12? So
Yeah,
no.
you needed a 12.
So you got 2 complications.
2 complications.
So you don't succeed, so you don't gain any momentum. And yeah, and the console shorts out. And it's got a straight console malfunction. The engineering sucks. He needs Scotty to invent all those techniques he invented in Star Trek. So that's not for like 5 more years.
I'm beginning to think we are bewitched.
Well, let's take a look outside and see what Tarek has found.
Tarek points over to the door. Other than this locked door, we examine this area, and you get a brief rundown on dead bodies we couldn't make any analysis of with the tricorders, but that it's Vidians. That's a quantum computer over there. Blah blah blah.
You could do the status pods. You could reason science with the tricorder.
Does anybody else want to try that one?
Reason science, sure. I think our engineer should be pretty good at reason science, unless he's getting a gun.
I actually have a 13 over there, so
Yeah,
I could at least assist.
Yeah, mine's not fantastic either.
I'm only a 12 on reason science.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take lead.
Yeah, I'm 12 also.
Well, and even if I was good, I'm gonna role play a.
Wait,
just
Ostrich or Beauregard, you gotta hit perform task.
I was assisting.
Yeah, even doing that. When you hit perform task, it'll say number of dice in the pool. You just drag it to 1.
I get to 1.
I mean, given that he made a otherwise valid roll, just used the wrong mechanism.
Can we keep the 7 since it's is what he's
yes, you can keep it.
Yeah. Okay. So science reason.
There was difficulty 2. So did you get? You only got 1.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna assist?
There's only one. Yeah. Yeah. I was just asking. It's science reason, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And let me see. Do I have any? I don't have any relevant specialties. So rolling.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Very nice.
We get a momentum back.
Yeah. And you could gather with the tricorder that these people transferred their conscious minds into the quantum server. The stasis chambers suggest a hope that they could one day return to their bodies. When the stasis chambers malfunctioned, they became trapped in a circuitry for millennia. This likely drove them insane, creating what is now the machine consciousness. Machine consciousness attempted and failed to download itself into the outpost personnel.
Oh. So basically, there is no way to save them. And they have gone insane because they are trapped in here for millennia.
Yeah, that would probably be dangerous. Save them. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Renix.
And they make the argument that if there is 20 sane men in this Sodom and Gomorrah, that they should be saved. No, not 10. How about not 20? How about just 10 saved men, or one sane man to fully remove these consciousness?
Thank you, lot.
You know what I'm quoting there, folks? And I don't
the Bible, the human Bible. You're specifically referring to the story of Lot.
And it's an argument to be made that, how are you to know that this Google worth of minds in there are all corrupted and to be left for naught? Is that not above each of our pay grades? Now, do you feel God yourself that you can just destroy them all because your fear of what they could pose? I for one, not be part of that and object to any destruction of this mental capacity.
I will
not
note
going to destroy them.
I was going to note out of character that as you are going off, you get a patient, if almost bored, look from Tarek, as he is literally waiting for you to shut up so he can agree with you.
First problem is we have no way of separating the consciousness. We have no way of telling which ones are insane. So, I believe the logical thing to do would be to leave them to their own devices. Had we not come across this planet nothing would have changed. It is not our place to play God and try to save a civilization which died out a long time ago.
By
They,
not creating,
I concur. I believe the most logical course would be for us to leave and to put up some sort of beacon indicating danger here.
no, but by not supplying the power this needs to subsist, could we not at least repair their station? We've made a choice. We've determined their outcome. We are here for, maybe for. I don't want to put it into any kind of synchronicity, but we are here, and it is our decision now. And by not
Deanna,
allowing either to upload this, to take this with us, or to provide uh a way to repair the power source to maintain this Google worth of entity mine, then we ourselves have become complicit in their death, Commander. And I would like
So
that to be added to my report.
Deanna, this is the
I
first
will.
thing. We do not have any way of separating them. One
Well,
of
you're
their own
saying they
kind
need to be
has said,
separated, sir. You've
one
already
of their own
judged each of
kind,
them corrupt.
I have not judged anyone of anything. They have asked that we destroy them. I am not going to be complicit in that. Secondly, we can't take them with us. We have no way to do that. Third, if they are insane, as the data shows that the lieutenant commander just checked, then would not leaving this power source on them be just torture for them? If we prolonged them being in here, would that not be prolonging their agony?
If I may point out, logically, if they have gone insane, they do not have the capacity to consent to their own destruction.
I would agree.
But, I am only an ensign, and I'm not paid to make these decisions. Being from Earth, we may hold different values sacred. Um, and I believe the mind is the soul of man. And I have no arguments to place there. I am a lowly security ensign, but it does not bode well in my stomach, is all I care to
These are
share.
hard choices to make. Are we doing them a service by prolonging their existence like this? Or are we doing them a disservice by prolonging their existence?
Well, you would need to question each of their entities in there, and obviously we have no time for that. But again, if only one man,
Rather than no
if only
time,
one
I would point
entity,
out that we don't have the interface. He just Tarek gestures back to the in the general direction of the smoking interface that crashed.
The smoking.
but if only one mind or soul in this tower deserve to be saved or desire to carry on, then I for one feel as if we let even just that one out of the Google, let them down, sir.
We have no way to do that.
Save the
We have
one,
no way
save
of
all.
taking them out.
We could
And we
repair
have
this.
no way of telling if they're sane.
We have one of the best engineers we've just seen. He could fix this tower, get the power running. So its self-supporting system could sustain itself.
We also don't know what caused them to go insane in the first place.
Didn't your
You guys
research
have
show
you
that
guys
they
have
most likely went insane because they were left there millennia and could not get back to their bodies?
So
oh,
there's
you
all
have
It is
reports?
also distinctly possible, given that they attempted to use the Vidians, that attempting to blend the consciousnesses of two species could have been the source of the insanity.
Well, it's just that there's so many unknowns.
Yes,
And like you said, our job,
I
Commander, There's too many unknowns. We don't have the specialty nor the psychological acuteness to, diagnose each of these souls in this system.
I
Uh,
concur. That
but
that is why I believe it may be time for us to simply walk away from this one.
That is what I suggest. Okay, Omega, out of character. Did you not say that they went insane because they were stuck here for millennia? Wasn't that conclusive evidence from what AJ's character learned?
a
Yeah.
Google worth
Okay.
a Google worth of entities. The
Yeah,
entire
because they're
the entire galaxy
trapped in
is insane.
circuitry for millennia. They're likely drove him insane.
Okay, yeah. I
They're
think
completely
I think
nuts.
I think it's entirely within Tarek's
Even if
Mhm.
one
character to point out the
soul can be found.
yeah.
We're not prolonging the agony of tens of thousands of souls for one soul that may possibly be sane. We will
Sure.
walk away. We will not prolong anything. We will leave them to their own devices. Do my senior officers agree with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Given what we know, even with the best of intentions to help any who might still be okay, it would seem from what we know that they're doomed anyway.
I would also
So-
point out that we don't seem to be having the best luck dealing with their systems. Tarek,
While there are similarities to 21st century Earth technology, it's still alien, and
Yeah.
where this is dealing with a type of technology that I have never encountered before.
Yeah, we don't have computers this advanced ourselves. These computers are far in advance even of what we have currently.
While part of me is really interested in studying what is here and trying to get some understanding of how it works, it's still beyond my knowledge, and still I don't.
I'm
This
going
is
to
not.
check on Tox.
This is not
You
the
hear
ideal
Deanna?
circumstance to
You
try
hear
and
Deanna say, I'm going to go check on the rest of security. And she goes into that room and she goes, I assume I'm never going to be an officer. And she walks into the room and she's kind of saying that to her buddy in the room, and kind of leaves with you guys.
The security officer is going to end up in a brig here in a minute.
yeah.
Well,
Tarek, did you mean to close the door?
and
No, I'm actually asking that because in character, her storming in there and slamming the door shut would actually sort of make sense.
Omega locked me out, actually.
Renix, your communicator goes off.
Renix,
Renix.
yes.
Earth to Renix, are you in low Earth orbit?
No, I said Renix.
We have control over your vessel. If you wish to save the lives of your shipmates, you will do exactly as you're told. Your bodies are ours now. We will live again in corporeal form.
Alice, disconnect their power system.
And
Sort it out.
as they say that, I'm supposed to spend one threat. I spend all my threat. In each threat, I bring out a security drone. So I got 7 threat. 7 drones come out and they surround you.
Lasers out.
We'll just say you're all out. We'll just say you're all out there because they got you out. There's no escaping this. You're trapped.
Okay.
What do you want to do? These droids,
Well,
they surround you.
Well, we're not going to volunteer to be their experiment, so I guess we're going to have to
Captain?
fight.
My girl
Attack.
is gonna jump onto the tower. She's not looking at any of the androids, and she's gonna be trying to pulse as much juice from her phaser into this power thing, because that's the only thing she thinks can be controlling the androids. So that's what she'd like to do.
Ah,
I will say, everyone,
interesting.
lasers on full power on the tower. Let's try and blow it up.
All right.
Just before you do that, you see a beam of light materialize, and it's a transporter beam. And you recognize the symbol from your ship. And Hawk 2 beams right in between you all.
Hey, you're bubble mode.
Hawk 2,
we'll give you Hawk 2, and we
Like this. What happened?
Hawk 2,
concentrate fire on that cylinder.
I'll just say, let me act Hawk 2. I'll act Hawk 2's this first part. Hawk 2 is like, he's like, oh my God, after you ordered us to upload the Outpost database, everything went haywire. There's some sort of virus controlling all our systems. We're on backup life support, and we're seeing strange messages. Now you can take over Hawk 2 there, Madbard.
Yeah. Herrick basically grows. What part of leaving it in, having the thing quarantined did you not understand?
Yes, that was supposed
given all the foible
system.
Yeah, I mean, given all of the issues we've been having with engineering, I'm willing to sort of allow it at this point, just because. But we were very specific.
You're security. You wouldn't be talking to me like that, you stunted son of a bitch. I'll shoot you. It's been a rough day. I left because I had a bad day.
We have more things to worry about.
I don't know how it happened.
Let's fire at this thing and see if we can destroy it.
All right.
If you prefer death, your crew is healthy and abundant. We will call them down to us one by one if we must, using your own voices to issue commands.
Yeah, we're shooting. We're not even listening to the thing.
We're shooting. We're not listening. We're shooting.
So you're going to go into combat and shoot?
Yes.
I don't think there's any negotiating with
no.
insane
Actually,
is that the prime directive?
To protect ourselves? I think the prime directive covers protecting ourselves.
Yeah, this is a defensive. This is very much a defensive action, given that they are literally threatening the crew and the ship. B, the prime directive seems to be basically out the window, given the whole contact mess. And C, while it might be nice to preserve the computer, and Tarek might even be inclined, and if they hadn't, put a gun to our heads, Tarek might have been inclined to try and talk to them. I'm sorry. They're threatening to shoot us. I can't think of any rules.
They're not threatening to shoot. They're not shooting you. They want to capture you and
bodies.
And
I'm
put
pretty
your
sure
bodies in those machines
and
download your consciousness. Yeah, they're not shooting you.
Yeah. The Borg wants to assimilate us too, and we're definitely going to shoot them also. So we're shooting this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? Before we go into comment, Tarek, since I have diplomacy and negotiation as foci, and since he has reason 11 and let me see what would actually reason.
Hey, while you figure that out, let me tell Omega something. Omega, I have constantly watching. It says at the start of an action scene, the game master must spend an additional 2 threat to have an NPC take the first turn. Okay.
Okay, I
Just
got
so
no
you know. I
threat.
don't know if you need that occur.
Yeah, okay, I got no threat anyways.
Yeah.
You don't need no threat. You spend it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for. Oh, come on, screen. Okay, there we go.
What are you thinking about?
He's basically going to try and argue it didn't work before, it's not going to work again.
Well, you stupid petty humans, we will give you some time to think about your actions. Until next time. That's the end of the session.
What?
I don't need any time.
At the computer.
We can shoot them now.
No, it's
Can't
too
we
late.
shoot the computer, Omega? Come on, let us shoot it.
Too late for a big
Look,
battle.
look,
That battle will be like an hour, probably.
Can we just close it out with our beams lancing up at the thing? Just
No, well,
All firing at that
cut to
thing.
black.
You could.
Cut to black.
We're not using machine guns either. We have it on max power to kill.
I'll let you. Yeah, you can fight him if you want, but you could think there's other options. But you want to kill him? Go
We're
ahead.
shooting the thing though.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have
Shooting
to.
the thing,
You're
not
gonna have
the-
you're gonna have 7 security drones. There's 7. There should be 7.
Are not going to have power, which are not going to have power if we destroy that central core.
In the first round.
Well, they might have power, but they're not going to have.
Extended dance.
the-
Don't make
well,
that
they're
a fucking extended dance.
Okay, do you want me to tell you how strong that if you give me a good tricorder roll, I can tell you. Did anybody somebody scanned the quantum
Yeah.
computer already, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we used all the
spent
we
momentum.
burned a whole we burned a bunch of momentum.
I'll tell you how strong it is then.
Okay.
If you burn the last 2 momentum.
We already spent
No,
three
you
momentum on
already
it.
set. Yeah, you already had us use 3 momentum and told us everything about it. Give us a break.
I am giving you a break.
It's an extended dance. That's what it is. It's an extended
If you want-
dance. Never going to be 8.
This information's worth 2. It's up to you. You want to find out the strength of the computer?
Nope, have fun.
I would rather just fire at it.
Let's all turn our weapons on Omega. Stun that motherfucker.
Okay. It could be really strong. You
No,
never
that's
know.
fair. Go ahead and pay the 2 momentum. Go ahead
Yeah,
and pay
we
the 2
pay.
momentum. Yep.
I got him.
Don't worry, 1 roll, you're going to get it all back anyways.
Just jealous because you don't have any threat.
Yeah, we got to be on the same
You were not
page.
in the same boat.
He doesn't need to. He has 7 robots.
Yeah. See, I think he should only have 5 robots because he would have needed to spend 2 of them to beat my incisive scrutiny.
The quantum computer has a structure of 15 with a resistance of 2. So it takes 2 off all your damage.
And we need 15 successes? No, we need
Yeah.
15 points of damage with 2 off each.
Hit, yeah.
So most of us only have phase 1 tricorder, phase 1 blasters. The first crew came down with only phase 1s.
I've got a focus to throw at it, but
Also keep in mind that we can all make use of the what is it? Because our phases, let me have the charge quality means we can use a prepare minor action to give them piercing, which means it would ignore any protection that it has. So we can buy. So if we just use 1 minor action to prepare, we can then ignore the
We like
resistance.
coordinate our beams. I got you. Let's do that. Let's do that and shoot that fucker.
We've still all got a hit, probably.
Well, no, we do like 4 damage apiece.
Yeah, and it's going to go back and forth, right? So one guy goes to you, then I go, then you go, then I go.
Yeah.
And we've also got the NPCs that are present.
But see the way he's aligning that prepared shot. That's like one of them things where they all align their phase guns and then they all fire like a conjoined shot. So that shot all comes out at once. We all roll a big pool table, I think.
I still think it's against the Prime Directive because it's an intelligence that, it's new to the universe, and to destroy it would be a shame without studying it first. So
True,
I think that would be
is trying to destroy us.
But you haven't burned
trying to destroy us.
You haven't burned all your other options
not
first.
Against the Prime Directive.
It's
not against the Prime Directive. If that's true, then we would have just given up to the Borg because they just wanted to assimilate us. So it's not against the Prime Directive.
I mean, look, if the computer was, or if the intelligence in the computer was asking for volunteers and sending us on a fetch quest, that would be an entirely different story. But it's like, no. Your crew will be assimilated, hijacked, whatever.
We're taking over. Yeah, we're taking over your ship. We're going to use your crew. We're sending them down one by one. You don't have a choice in this. You can agree to or not to agree, but that's what's going to happen. So that is not against the Prime Directive to defend ourselves.
Well, because the other side of it is, if you look at it as a binary thing of either we try and defeat it or we allow it to do what it's going to do. Doing what it's going to do is going to interfere with the natural course of evolution for this group, so that would also violate the Prime Directive. So if all options are going to do it, we've got the freedom to defend ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically like, for anybody who's watched Babylon 5, Deathwalker's immortality solution, where basically a character in one episode came up with a way for intelligent beings to live forever, but they had to extract something from another intelligent being. Their plan was to essentially set the entire galaxy against itself in revenge for their species having been beaten. They got killed before anything could happen. But the point is, would permitting that have been permissible? I think the bottom line here is it is an absurd stretch of the Prime Directive to say that we cannot defend ourselves against a clear and present threat to the ship and the crew.
Well, it's flat out. If our ship is being taken over, we have the right to do whatever necessary to reclaim our ship and our people.
Not if it interferes with the evolution of a species. Not if it interferes with the evolution of the species. You're supposed to sacrifice the ship for it.
No, this species died out a long time ago. This species does not exist anymore. They have died, and they have electronic. They are now no longer a consciousness. They are a group of consciousness, and they no longer have physical bodies. They are no longer a species.
They've taken control, at least some semblance of control of our ship. Therefore, they have access to warp technology, so that reduces the impact of the Prime Directive. But the second thing is, they fixed our transporters, so we can go home now. We can beam back up to the ship and go at some point. It wasn't that our engineer was stupid. It was this virus has been messing with it and has been preventing us from...
Lieutenant Rhodes is off the hook this time.
That's another thing. They got control of your ship too. But and what about the boy?
Which means that
You're
we
just
can
gonna kill the
defend
boy,
ourselves, and it's not against the...
The boy's in there too. He's asking for your help. Very hard.
Asking for our help to kill them all. So
I mean, Tarek would very comfortably point out the needs of the many, that is to say, our entire crew plus the 150 or so refugees on our ship, outweigh the needs of the few or the one, that is to say, the boy.
Well, there's 1,000 of those people in there too. So you're
That
the
was
few.
1,000
Well,
miles.
I can cite lots of examples
or the one.
from all the Star Treks where they, killed people, creatures that were trying to kill them.
I think we should have a legal. We should have a legal and philosophical debate once we upload this on a secure driver. We upload this consciousness, and then we have a philosophical argument on board. We bring in the admiralty, and
We
this
don't
is
have
really
that option.
above our pay grade,
Yeah.
I believe.
We don't have that option. Our option is to freely give our bodies to them to experiment on, or destroy them. That's our options right
We
now.
can think about it. He just told us we can think about it.
We can think about whether or not to freely give our options.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks.
That's what
You
we're
can still
thinking
fight,
about.
but that's why I said you got 2 weeks to think about it. But
He was just looking for a rejoinder, Captain. He
Yeah,
just
it's-
wanted a good rejoinder.
too late to do a battle,
just-
anyways.
He's just stopping it right at the battle because he knows this will take like another 30 minutes or something.
I think we have a more philosophical debate to iron out here. I'm not comfortable with wiping out a Google's worth of entity.
Yeah.
Then turn your head.
So-
Yes, well,
You can debate it in the Discord chat.
Deanna, you're it's above your pay grade, but it's not above
my
ours.
pay grade. That's fucking right. That's right. Makes it easy on me.
Yeah.
I'll be the conscientious objector.
You have voiced what your conscience is, and we will take that into account as we blow this thing up.
As we ignore it, we will ignore it as we blow this fucking species into netherworld.
If they hadn't attacked us, we were still discussing it.
Right. That's right. I'm with you, Cap. I see it. I see your point.
We were still discussing it. We weren't. We hadn't decided exactly what we were going to do yet.
Well, it's an interesting scenario.
It is. It is.
It is. Yeah. But since they forced
Now-
our hand and now have attacked us,
I bet you guys can't wait to get back into space now. You guys wanted a land adventure. Now.
oh no, this is great. And I swear to God, Omega, I have not read this module before, and I was just
I've
guessing
never read this
what was
module
going
before
on.
either.
Yeah, there's
Telling you.
there's tons of Star Trek modules, and I just tried to find one that fit, that was interesting, quick, and well, it's sort of quick, but
Oh no, it's real fun,
yeah, it's just very psychological a little bit.
and it gives you a serious moral dilemma to deal with.
I don't think none of you motherfuckers were thinking about.
Oh no, I thought about it.
Shut it down.
And the maps.
Shut it down.
I certainly thought about it, but I have to think about the rest of the crew too, and the fact that there are 1,000 insane beings inside this computer, which have now proven themselves to be insane by taking over our ship.
And
No, they haven't. That is not proof of insanity. That is proof of hostile intent.
Hostile intent, then.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, look,
Commander
I mean-
Tallis may be feeling a bit appreciative towards him right now, and he relieved his stress because he thought he was going to have to relieve his second in command and take over 2 roles and be overworked as much as he is already.
Yeah. Lieutenant Rhodes has been exonerated.
To say anything. Oh my God!
He's been exonerated.
The interview process.
Tallis up until this confrontation was a bit out of it, having basically messed up the last role. She was out of it. This level of aggression from this entity is like, oh, I've got something to fight now. Awesome.
Yeah. Now now they have become aggressive. We can defend ourselves.
At least for a brief moment, there is clarity.
Yeah, I mean, up to this point, for all intents and purposes, that there had been nothing to communicate with. You had, the overly aggressive robots but those weren't, those didn't seem to be anything more than programmed robots. And then at the first case of quote unquote actual sustained contact, it's, and you're going to hand over your bodies to us. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd have waited long enough, Omega, we might have decided to fix their power source before we walked away and left.
Yes, Madbard?
Well,
I just found that.
I don't think those power sources at the top, I think they're dead. I don't think you can fix them.
Yeah, we were going to say if we could engineer a new power source for them, but since they've attacked us, we didn't get to that point.
Well, they didn't attack you. They're just making sure you don't leave. But anyways,
no, they've literally said that our choices is to agree with them and let them take over our bodies, or fight them. That's the choice they gave us. Or they're going to kill us.
He did say.
I think if the GM
later to give that decision.
I think if the GM fixes a problem that we were having for multiple sessions just to bring all the party in one place for what appears to be a TPK, that's being aggressive enough.
That's aggressive enough for me.
Oh, a TPK. Oh, yeah. Maybe.
I like how I just showed up all of a sudden. I wasn't even in the room. I had some honeys in the hookah lounge.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't have a TPK if I don't have all of the crew in one place. I know. I'll just bring them.
Bring Hawk too. Yeah, he's the only one missing.
Hawk 2 Ex Machina.
Yeah, Hawk 2's the one that hooked up the virus to the computer.
Well, everybody, that was fun. In the maps, yeah, if anybody joins the Patreon, you get all the maps. There's a shitload of maps already there. There's probably 50 or so, I don't know, or art. But these maps for the Star Trek complex will be on February's Patreon. Plus all the AI art we use. So if you want to run the adventures yourself, you got all the assets there to run them. And thanks for coming out, everybody. And tomorrow night we have Alien RPG and Twilight 2K Zombie War on Saturday. So busy week.
Nice.
Anything anybody wants to say before we sign off? No. Okay. Well,
thanks everyone that's watching.
Pushka?
Yeesh.
Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Good night.
Bye.